Y'all want some? Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. My name is Lameria. Today we're gonna be making brown butter chocolate chip cookies, and I promise y'all everybody's gonna love them and they're gonna go fast. So let's get started. All right, so the first thing you're gonna need is butter, and then you'll also need all-purpose flour, not self-rising flour, all-purpose flour, both white sugar, brown sugar, vanilla extract, baking soda, and then you'll need 1 egg and 1 egg yolk. And of course, like, I'm forgetting the chocolate, y'all. You're gonna need some chocolate. You can use any type of chocolate you want. I'm just doing Ghirardelli milk chocolate today, so that's what we're using. And you need 1 whole bag, which is, I believe, 2 cups. You want to let these freeze as much as possible because they will kind of like melt while you're mixing. All right, so the first thing you want to do is brown your butter because they're brown butter cookies, so that's the first step. So I just put my heat on like medium at first because my butter's frozen. So you just put that in your pan. All right, so while our butter is browning, we're gonna work on both our wet ingredients and dry ingredients. So I'm gonna do the wet ingredients first. And I know it's a little confusing with like wet ingredients, but y'all, sugar is a wet ingredient. I just learned that too myself. So get your brown sugar first. And I just use a full cup of light brown sugar. If you have dark brown, that's fine too. Your cookies will just have more of a like caramely rich taste. But I use a cup of light brown sugar. And then you're gonna wanna use 1/4 cup of white granulated sugar. And I just put both of these in a little bowl. All right, y'all, so like I said, we have our sugar already measured out and set to the side. So the next thing we want to do is prep our flour. 1 cup of flour. I like to have a sifter here because I want my flour to be like sifted and leveled with no clumps. So we're gonna do 1 cup of flour, and then you're gonna need another 3/4 cups of flour. So I couldn't find my 3/4 cup measurer, so I'm using 1/4 cup 3 times. You gotta do what you gotta do. Make it work. All right, so you can go ahead and sift this. So your flour is sifted. To that, you're gonna add 1 teaspoon of salt. And I'll also just go ahead and put that in our sifter. 1 teaspoon of salt. And then you're gonna need 3/4 teaspoons of baking soda, not powder, baking soda. And I got flour on my hand, but don't worry about that. Cooking can be messy sometimes. And that's 3/4 teaspoon. And then I sift that through as well because we don't want any clumps in our flour mixture. And then that's it for your dry ingredients. So you could just put those to the side as well. So for this recipe, we need 1 whole egg. This is just 1 whole large egg. And you're gonna need an egg yolk, y'all. And I'm pretty much a pro at this by this point. So, okay, let me clean up. It's getting a little dysfunctional. And as y'all can see, our butter is melting. And the browner the butter, the better. So you want it to be like my skin color. You don't want to burn it though, so it's like you gotta find a happy medium. But you want it to be brown skin, y'all, because the cookies are gonna taste better the browner the butter. Now that everything is melted and it's bubbling, I turned it down to low, and you're just gonna continue to let it brown on low until it gets brown, y'all, and I'll show y'all the color of it later. Okay, y'all, so the butter is brown now, and this is like the color that you want it to be. And don't worry about the brown stuff. That's just the fat from the butter is separated. But this is the perfect color. So we're going to come over. And I got my little spatula here. We're just going to put this in our KitchenAid mixer. And I like to get all the butter. I don't like to waste any of it. Because y'all know butter is not cheap. So get all your butter in there. The next thing you want to add in is your white and brown sugar. So you'll add that to your mixer. Okay. And y'all, I don't even have the paddle on the mixer. Like, come on now. Let's do that. Let's put the paddle on the mixer. I think that's what this is called. Cool. The next thing you want to add is your egg and your vanilla extract. So put this in there. Honestly, I just measure this with my heart because you can't go wrong with vanilla. So, but I would say that's about a tablespoon. Bring our mixer up, a 2 or 3. You don't want to over mix. You don't want to over mix. They'll be thicker, so you don't want to over mix. You just want it mixed like just enough. So once you see everything is incorporated, you turn your mixer off. And now we're gonna add our dry ingredients. And we're gonna add our chocolate chips. I'm gonna get those out of the freezer because when you're mixing this, you wanna let these freeze as much as possible because they will kind of like melt while you're mixing. So I like to keep them frozen. Drop my mixer, add the flour. Okay. Bring this back up. And you mix it on low to medium speed. Like I said, you don't want to over mix it because then your cookies will be thick and they won't fall as much. And you don't have to completely mix it because you're adding your chocolate chips. So mix it till about there. Oh, these are big. Usually I use Hershey, but I like these. We're gonna add all of them. No, these are big. Right. Cool. Good little snack. It's perfect. But this is how you want your dough to look. Y'all can see how it's brown, like it's the perfect color. All right, y'all, so we have our cookie dough and I'm just gonna be using a ice cream scooper. This is like a medium scooper. Just take your cookie dough, you want to scoop it out and boom. I don't roll them into a ball or anything. I just let them have the natural cookie scoop shape. And I noticed that when you bake them like this, they come out like a perfect round. So you don't have to like roll them or anything. You can leave them just like this. And I just keep doing this process until all my cookie dough is shaped. And then I put these on a tray and I put them in the refrigerator. It's best to let them chill for at least 2 hours before baking because otherwise they'll like spread. So you want to let them chill for at least 2 hours. All right, y'all. So we went ahead and used our ice cream scooper to put the cookies on the tray. And I'm going to go ahead and put these in the oven for 12 minutes. And I have the oven set to 350. All right, so it's been 12 minutes and our cookies are done. So we're going to go ahead and pull them out. I should have 2 mitts, but I'm just going to use this one. But this is how they look coming straight out of the oven. They're so pretty. They're perfect. So yeah, we'll let them cool down and then we'll taste them. So the cookies have cooled down. They're completely done. This is what they look like. They're gooey, plenty of chocolate in there, and they're perfect. So thank you for tuning into this video. Make sure you like and subscribe. Comment below and let me know what y'all want me to bake next. And just let me know how they turned out if you do decide to make them.